I thought we were going to have a video the other day of how to fix the plumbing in the house because our sink was clogged. Mm-hmm. But I got it unclogged.
She didn't even tell me she was fixing it.
That was real exciting.
That was impressive.
So you missed it.
That's okay. There was a large hairball involved, right? So
could have been worse. I've seen worse. Okay, if you can imagine in our house, there's a lot of hair. Let's see. What's one, like, let's do, like, what are, like, the 3 top weird things about me that people would probably not expect or might find funny?
You know there's not 3 weird things about me. She's drawn to strange things. She married this. I will spend hours poring over an introductory project that I have turned into something that should be done by a 10-year veteran. And I've done that in the last 6 months on electronic music, on some filmmaking software. We did some work together for an event recently, and I did kind of my first for video production, 3D rendering, which I was pretty sure was going to toast my computer. So I guess in a weird way, that's something that people might not expect if you just kind of met me on the street. I love tackling weird and difficult things, and by the time I'm done, I'm probably more versed than I would describe.
Also, if something is not weird or difficult when he starts, he will make it weird and or difficult by the time he's done.
See, there's a whole podcast episode waiting to happen on that one.
Okay, let's see.
What's something for you?
You can get a laugh at my expense. I did not know what the F word was until I went to college.
Right.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know. Like, I feel like so many of the things that I'm into are laughable enough in their own way. Mm-hmm. But weirdly, that's a piece of, like, we just don't take it that way. I don't know. It's the, like, we like the strange things. Case in point, our first phone call, so we can tell the longer version of the story at some point, but we met online, and when we did our first phone call, it lasted 4 hours, but during that, it came up, I don't know, maybe halfway through the conversation, that we were like, oh yeah, and I like D&D, we play. Not something you would typically bring up on a first date, pro dating advice. But we did, and then we proceeded to talk about it. I think anyone who had listened during that time would have happily kind of laughed at our expense, where they're going, what? These guys are nuts. Right?
And one of my favorite shows to watch is the show Critical Role. So if you have seen Critical Role, you get bonus points. And I can possibly put a link down below on how you can get to that show. But it is a D&D show, but the cool thing about it is it's all professional voice actors that do it, and so they have like a lot of acting talent, and they make it very entertaining.
It's very good.
It's become a huge thing now. It's a really big deal. So our first date, we went to an antique mall. So that should probably go on our weird things list.
That should. I'd never been to one.
Like,
I don't think so. Well, not like, definitely not on a date, but not, I don't know, with anybody.
Really? Even in your town with all the antique malls they have?
No. Nobody went to those. Not from in town.
He drove up like 2.5 hours to go on a date with me at an antique mall. And we were laughing almost the entire time.
Yeah.
It was pretty funny.
Well, I mean, a ludicrously priced lead Santa Claus.
Yes.
You know you need it. But for $70?
Oh, I think it was worse than that.
Was that more? Was it?
I think it might have been over 100.
Did it come down to 70 the last time we went?
I don't know. We keep taking pictures with it when we go back.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, yeah, this guy might be a keeper.
See, more pro dating tips. Antique malls. I did play Rocket League competitively recently. I know I seem like a very toxic person, so makes sense. But as you'll no doubt see, I'm a little bit competitive. So that'll happen.
Ooh, I thought of another weird thing. So I did 4-H for 10 years, and my last year of 4-H, I got grand champion in the flowers project and also the rifle project. I thought it was funny because those are a little bit paradoxical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's my baby.
Yeah. I feel like I've done a lot of weird, not like super interesting stuff maybe, but I feel like I've done weird stuff or funny stuff. But
Well,
then when
you
someone
did
asks me, I forget.
reenacting.
Oh yeah. I
mean,
did Civil War reenacting with my family. I definitely feel like everything I'm talking about right now is making me sound like an incredibly naive nerd. Kind of because I am, I suppose.
But that's part. As I said, that's part of this journey. And I'm.
If you're naive or a nerd, there's nothing wrong with either of those.
You'll fit in great.
This is the good one. Okay.
Oh.
You have to.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if you see his ear, it's all blue. It's because it got ground off when he got hit by a taxi. And they had to reconstruct his ear.
Frogger. Not as much fun in real life.
He will typically be the one to take bigger risks, but if we are crossing the street, this man is really careful about crossing the street.
Nope.
I don't judge you for it. I just think
And
it's
you
cute.
haven't been hit. See, you're the risk now. I've already hit my quota.
Oh, I see.
Mm.
Yeah. Whew. Want a drink break?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Ooh, oh, my butt is sore. Are we allowed to say butts on here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I
It's
figured
YouTube.
on YouTube.
You can say anything you want.
What is it Twitch that's rolling? That's real careful about?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Butts.